Jobs consigned to history by technology. The legendary bowling alley pinsetter, an extinct profession where skill, danger, and bad fashion collided. In a time before robots, automation, and modern conveniences ruined all the fun, there existed a noble and dangerous profession, the bowling alley pinsetter. This valiant individual was responsible for resetting fallen pins by hand, keeping the lane area clear, and occasionally making eye contact with bowlers who were far too confident after their first beer. If you were brave enough, you were called a pinsetter. If you weren't, you watched it all from the safety of the snack bar and made bad jokes about the job you'd never take. Key responsibilities. Pin repositioning. After every roll, you ran into the lane to physically reset each pin. This wasn't done by some fancy machine. No, you were like a human game of Tetris, balancing those pins in perfect order while hoping you wouldn't get smacked by a ball. A 16-pound bowling ball, mind you, that often had feelings and would target you for no reason whatsoever. The human shield. You'd stand guard in front of the ball return, daring bowlers to roll their heavy artillery your way. If they hit you, it was your job to pretend you weren't just struck in the chest by a missile. You'd brush it off with a chuckle, just another day at work. You were definitely not about to cry from the pain. Reckless precision. When you had to jump into action, dodging wayward pins, you'd grab the fallen pins like a circus performer juggling flaming swords. Each pin required a perfect flick of the wrist or risk setting off the pin rebellion, where pins would roll under the machine or, worse, wedge themselves in a corner, never to be seen again. Snail's pace progress. Forget the precise timing of modern-day pinsetters. You were a manual labor machine, resetting pins one by one, hoping that maybe, just maybe, that kid in lane 3 wouldn't throw the ball so hard it turned into a small tornado. Tools of the trade. 1. The pin stick. A pole you'd use to flick pins into position, like a cat wrangling a bunch of uncooked spaghetti noodles. The precision required could only be matched by a skilled sorcerer. 2. Your hands. Because no one cared about germs back then, you'd grab those pins like a pro, with nothing but grit, grime, and maybe a few questionable marks from previous bowlers. 3. The lucky charm. A prayer, a wish, or an unspoken bond with the machine, hoping it wouldn't throw a tantrum and trap your foot under its metal belly. Qualifications for the job. 1. The ability to survive physical contact with a rolling ball, or 20. 2. Fearlessness in the face of loud, unhelpful bowlers who frequently ask, "Is it hard to be a pinsetter?" 3. Hands that can quickly retrieve pins while avoiding being knocked over by your own rapidly spinning death machine. Perks of the job. 1. You got the job satisfaction of being part-time hero, part-time human bumper. 2. Absolutely no responsibility for cleaning up the nacho cheese fountain. 3. A highly skilled resume entry that would absolutely wow your future employers. Master of pin retrieval under extreme pressure. Eventually, automation and technology came for your job. Machines now reset pins without you needing to dodge flying bowling balls, get greasy hands, or wish you'd been born in another era. But if you were lucky enough to be a bowling alley pinsetter back in the day, you were a rare breed, part human, part circus performer, part injury magnet. You may have disappeared, but your legacy lives on in every automated ping and clank that never truly captures the true heroism of the original pinsetter. And honestly, you probably have way better stories than the robots.